In 8 minutes, right now, the death toll in the bluegrass state of Kentucky continues to climb more than a week after severe flooding hit the state.
Governor Andy Beshear says 21 people have now died from severe weather. He says it was a man from Logan County, the most recent in this death toll. Heavy rain and flooding wreaked havoc across Kentucky Valentine's Day weekend. Governor Beshear says President Donald Trump approved his request for disaster relief funding, and we are expecting to hear a new update from the governor this morning at 11 o'clock. Trust us to bring you the latest as we hear from him.
And in East Tennessee, cleanup continues months after Helene. You have just under a week left to get more help from TEMA for that cleanup. Homeowners have until March 2nd now to put storm-related debris into designated areas along the curb next to the street. After that, TEMA says it's up to you to get rid of it. This is for areas like Cocke Green and Hamblen counties.
Meanwhile, the Tennessee Department of Transportation is working on filling those potholes after last week's winter weather. TDOT says crews will be out every day to make sure they can get those taken care of for you. If you see one on your morning commute, officials ask that you let them know about it. We've got a link for you to report a pothole inside your WVLT News app. And this morning, we're hearing an update in the search for Sebastian Rogers.
He vanished from his home in Middle Tennessee almost exactly a year ago today. A private investigator says new video could be a major break in the case. If you look closely, very closely in this, you can kind of make out a person in dark clothing. That person appears to hide behind a car when someone with a dog walks by. That person then takes off in the opposite direction. The investigator believes it could help in the case. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office does disagree. They have a copy and say it's still not relevant. There's still an active Amber Alert out for Sebastian Rogers. And some good news this morning, at least positive on the flu front. Tennessee no longer in the highest category possible for flu cases for the first time in months.
New numbers from the Tennessee Department of Health are showing a positive trend for flu in our state. Take a look at your screen. This graph shows how we compare this season to the last three. This year's line is the red one. As you can see, we're still pretty high for this time compared to where we usually are this time of year, but we are heading in the right direction. So here's a look at the nation's flu activity tracker. Right now, 10 states are in purple. That is the highest category you can be. You might notice Tennessee, finally not one of those purple states. Well, the federal job cuts keep on coming. Almost all full-time USAID employees are on administrative leave as of today.
And that follows about 2,000 layoffs in the agency yesterday. Now, other federal workers face a new deadline of 11:59 Eastern Time tonight. An email from the Office of Personnel Management gives them until then to explain the work they did last week. In an X post, Elon Musk says he'll interpret a failure to respond as a resignation. But the Departments of Defense, Homeland Security, State, and Energy are telling workers do not reply. The National Federation of Federal Employees says workers should discuss the email with their supervisor. Several unions are vowing to take legal action. And a multi-million-dollar purchase could become official tonight.
Knox County wants to buy the Fort Loudon Recycling Center. The facility was the site of two major fires, one in 2019 and another just last year. Well, Knox County says it will likely become a new maintenance facility. Staff also hope it will cause fewer problems in that area. This is on tonight's commission agenda, along with a dozen or so other topics. That meeting starts at 5.
Also happening tonight, an opportunity to have your questions answered about the Douglas Lake cleanup progress. The open house starts tonight, 6:30 at Jefferson County High School's auditorium. Officials say they'll answer questions submitted in advance until 7:30. Once that's over, you can talk to representatives about the presentation. And the Anderson County Commission is voting on possible changes to the animal shelter.
Right now, the mayor single-handedly oversees the shelter, but this vote would decide if a committee should be developed to help the mayor in this. If passed, it would dedicate 9 people to help improve the shelter, possibly making it a no-kill shelter, then designing a new space and website. This proposal makes its way back to commissioners. It failed to pass last year.
And we're learning just how many bags of food are going to kids in need as part of this year's Pack the Bag campaign from Second Harvest. The food bank says they raised enough money to provide over 136,000 bags to schools across East Tennessee. This will help support more than 15,000 students.
It is 6:54. Getting a look at your first alert traffic heading out the door. This is a live look at Alcoa Highway at Pellissippi. Pretty quiet still ahead of that morning rush. No issues as you're heading up toward Knoxville this morning on Alcoa Highway northbound there. Taking a live look at I-40 at Hall of Fame Drive. Looks like we do have a disabled vehicle off in that right-hand shoulder. No lanes are blocked, but you can see that traffic is starting to pick up, especially on that westbound side of the interstate. So be prepared for that morning rush to come here sooner rather than later. 75's 640 looking good.
Definitely be prepared. That sun is coming up and it is looking good out there. Of course, it looks better than it feels. We have a beautiful clear sky, a frosty cold start. We'll stick with a clear sky today, but temperatures right now low to upper 20s for most. You're now at 27 in Greenville and Knoxville, 25 at Madisonville to Oneida, 24 Crossville to 22 Middlesboro, to name a few spots across our whole area. Again, we share the clear sky with some frost. We share a good warm up though today. At least it's an impressive climb despite the frosty cold morning. Just a light wind now. We will still with a cool breeze, but it'll rise to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So might want that jacket through midday, kind of block that wind. Notice we climb from 27 at 8 to 39 at 10, 49 at noon. Charting out your whole day, it'll be mid 50s at 2. Upper 50s this afternoon. We're targeting 58 for our high today, or just above average. We've also got full sun all day. Tomorrow's another beautiful sunny day, but remember it gets warmer Tuesday, even more Wednesday, but we do have a few extra clouds. Still not bad. Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons are both going to be a great day to get outside before the clouds roll in with some showers. Right now that is looking scattered early Thursday. As it comes through our area, this is the next front. It's just the rain part of that story isn't that impressive. We'll then wrap it up with a couple of snow showers Thursday night into early Friday. Again, temperatures cooled back down to right around normal. Now, when you look ahead to this weekend, I'll point out what I'm keeping an eye on is a wind shift. So I think Saturday winds will still be in our favor for that low 60s and then a cooler wind on Sunday. But at least now we're talking milder to warmer afternoons in this first alert 8-day planner.
That's some great news.
Yes. Heather, thank you. We're headed over to WVXX, the CW Knoxville. Have a good Monday.